stranger. Okay, welcome everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. City Clerk, roll call, please.
Council Member, Agency Director, Authority Member Molly.
Present.
Mann.
Present.
Underwood Jacobs.
Present.
Vice Mayor, Vice Chairman Christ.
Present.
Mayor Chairman Paris. We have a quorum.
Move to excuse Mayor Paris.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Luke, will you do the invocation for us, please?
If you would please bow your heads. Lord Jesus, most gracious and merciful Lord, as we are gathered together here, we pray, Lord, that we would conduct this meeting with a knowledge of who you are. Lord God, that you have been merciful to put a roof over our heads when so much of this earth does not have that. That you have been merciful to put wind in our lungs when so many could have that taken away from them this day. Lord God, we pray that you would help us to stand with the knowledge that you are who you said you are in your word. And Lord, we pray that you would extend your mercy over this meeting tonight, that you would grant our leaders wisdom and faith in every decision that they make. Lord, and that you would also put a spirit of cooperation and peace, Lord, and even amongst disagreement, however divisive it may seem to be, we pray that you would put a spirit of cooperation and joy in this room, Lord, and that you would help everyone to know that we are all working for the good of this community, and that you would help us, Lord, to be fully committed to that vision in everything that we do, say, and think here. Lord, as we leave here tonight, it is cold, and we pray that you would extend your mercy to those who are less fortunate than us. As we return to our homes and our beds, we lift up those who do not have those this evening. And we pray, Lord God, that you would help us to be merciful to those as you have been merciful to us. In your most precious name, amen.
Amen. Do we have a captain of the football team want to do the pledge? All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, you can. It's always appropriate to have the water boy from Paraclete. Can we get all the Paraclete, the team down here, please? Go ahead. Hey! Yeah! You guys doing? I've got the whole team. Half? A third? Brett, how are you?
Well, let's make this an annual event.
Okay.
I'm all good for that.
Are you guys?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. As an alumni of Paraclete, I am particularly proud tonight to introduce you to the CIF Division 5 champions. Give them a hand. Being a student and athlete is very difficult. I was one of those two things. But one of the things that I think it is truly difficult, as an alumni, I can take pride in Paraclete. I can take pride that you won, and I can particularly take pride in the way you did it. I was particularly impressed that every time one of you spoke in the paper, it was about team. It was about what your brothers did for you. And it was never about you. It was always giving it. And that's a reflection on you, Coach. So thank you for that. But the thing that I can't do is, we all take pride in it, but you guys worked hard. You were there on Thanksgiving morning. You were the ones practicing during the summer. You put the effort in. And speaking as someone Lee knows, he was a football player at AV High School, you will be champions forever. when you're at your 10-year reunion, and 20 and 30, it's a bond that no one will ever take away from you, and you will be champions forever for what you've done. We couldn't be more proud of what you've done, and I hope that as the years go by, you realize what a special achievement this was. Thank you guys on behalf of the city for representing the city of Lancaster well. And Coach, if you'd like to say a couple words.
Yeah, it was a special year this year. We had some really nice wins, not only in the playoffs but in the preseason, and to play that many games as we did and only lose 2 games to 2 really good teams that were top 15 in the state. It's quite an accomplishment, these young men, and hopefully we're back here again next year, guys. Thanks a lot.
One of the reasons that I let Mark do it, that he always says he has his name in your trophy box more than anyone else, but they're all plaques from the city. So it is. So on behalf of the city, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all of you. Let's get a picture here.
You're going to have Britt come up. She's a Paraclete alumni too. Britt? Yes, you do. Be proud. She was a rebel and a rocker. She didn't.
I am. I have just a short presentation, actually. Want to let you know about the Aerospace Valley Regional. We are a new committee comprised of people who live and work in the Antelope Valley. We've got people from NASA and Lockheed and Northrop, and myself and my husband are also, we're both vice presidents of the organization. We just got our 501(c)(3), so we're kind of excited. I want to tell you who we are and what we do. We are putting together a regional robotics competition. We work under the umbrella of First Robotics, which is a worldwide robotics organization, and there are 4 regional robotics in Southern California. Will now be the 5th. And just to let you know, we were up in competition with Canyon Country. College of the Canyons had offered their school for free. The high school district is not giving it to us for free. But First Robotics came out, took a look at the Antelope Valley, took a look at Canyon Country, and they liked the Antelope Valley. So they chose us, and then the venue, we showed them just about everything that the Antelope Valley has. By the way, when are you going to get that new civic center done, the big? Yes. Yeah. Because we're moving to that. We want to move to that. We are full with 36 teams. The high school, this is high school robotics, because there are different levels of robotics. And the kids get their instructions on January 6th. Can I give this to you? These are this. They get their instructions on January 6th, and the kids have 6 weeks to build that robot, and then they pack it up and ship it off to their first pick of regional competition. And then they have to win at some level at a regional competition to be able to go to the worldwide competition. And so that's where we come in, we're a regional competition. We have 36 high school teams. That means we're at capacity. We have teams coming from all over the United States, including Hawaii. We have two teams coming from Turkey and a team coming from Istanbul as well. Mr. Vracek's here. Oh, good, because I wasn't sure how much I could tell. So Mr. Vracek is, I can call you up. Come on up. Mr. Vracek, and I always give him, I always announce him as like the NASA center second in command, and he's not. So let me look at his exact. Look at his.
I can just do it.
Okay. Also, should you happen to be Friday night football, because you just missed the Paraclete team that just left.
There, I saw him up there.
He is a white hat for high school football teams. So on Friday night under the lights, you'll see Mr. Vracek.
So, Danita, I think, my name is David Vracek. I'm the event manager for the robotics tournament here at Lancaster, in Lancaster here at Eastside High School. I'm also the center chief technologist out at Armstrong Flight Research Center. The big thing, I think Danita gave you the details of that. I've been a mentor for high school robotics for the last 10 years with Lancaster High School, and then I'm working with Roseman this year. They need some help, so I'm going to help them out this year and work with them. I think, Danita gave you the aspects. The STEM program is awesome. You guys will have a blast if you come out to the tournament. One of the big things I think that you guys should be aware of is the economic value of bringing the robotics tournament to Lancaster. The tournament itself is probably going to cost us about $150,000, and we're trying to keep all that money local as much as we possibly can. So with the hotel, well, besides the hotels and the restaurants and everything else that will be active with close to 2,000 people here, we're hiring a local AV production company here. We're holding a local catering company will be catering the service. So a lot of money will stay here in the Antelope Valley in Lancaster, Palmdale, using the hotels and restaurants here. So an event of 15 to 2,000 people is pretty big, but we'd like to make it bigger as we move forward. So if you guys are if Lancaster's building an event center in the future, maybe we should sit down and talk about requirements and see if we can fit some stuff in to have a bigger tournament here, doubling the number of teams, which would be really nice for us. And I think we did look at the fairgrounds. The logistics of moving robots from one building to another is kind of tough because, the robots, though they're pretty robust and everything, it's just moving it from one there for another. The bleachers are another issue at the fair center, at the fair, having 2,000 people in the stands. Eastside High School, their stands about 1,800 people or so. So the stands, the logistics there. So I'd be willing to sit down with talking to anybody in the city planning office about requirements and see if things like that could meet that, so we can double the number of teams.
And if someone wanted to go into the organization, who do they go into?
Right now, we are working on a nonprofit for the Aerospace Valley.
Which we should have.
Aerospace
Next
Valley, yeah, we should have that in the next 6 weeks or so. We're working the nonprofit. But right now, we can go through the first organization through the first organization. They have a website set up, and they can make the donation that specifically says Aerospace Valley Regional, and the money would come right to us.
The flyer that I just handed out has. Oh, I would love to do that.
Absolutely.
I would love to do that. Are you going to tell them about the flyover?
Well,
Mr. Mann has
Yeah.
the destination
Yeah,
Lancaster.
so we would probably really would like to partner up with you. So Angela, I don't see her here.
We are working with-
Angela has,
Right?
we've been working with her. She is amazing. Thank you so
Great.
much.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for the compliment.
We've been,
she's already set up hotels. She worked all the hotel details
Did you get
for
any
us.
sponsorship money out of her?
We
We
have,
haven't yet.
because we're not a nonprofit ourselves yet, we really haven't gone through and asked for a lot of money yet.
Were you going to be there then by the time you hold the
We
competition? or
hope
not?
so. We
Yes.
hope that all the paperwork is going through now, the
All
process.
right, we'll remember that and then go back to Angela and say, hey, Angela.
You
Hi.
can also go to the kids' charities,
Yeah,
and I think Mr. Emard is also on Destination Lancaster,
as well.
and you can ask him.
This is a wonderful event for kids, and it's their introduction to science, technology, engineering, math, and I know you've heard of STEM. And so this is kind of an introduction for them, but they have an absolute ball. One of the directors for FIRST said, you may not know what a robotics competition is, but once you attend one event, you'll be hooked, and you will be.
And there's no
It is
exit
amazing.
strategy, we're finding out, you know.
You're not going to tell them about the flyover?
Oh, well, because it's not confirmed yet. Well, we're working with NASA and others for, you know, maybe having a flyover on Thursday.
Makes sense.
And then
And also, these are all tentative, nothing's confirmed yet, and we're also looking for a hookup with the International Space Station during the event on
So the
Friday.
students can talk to those astronauts at the space station
So-
via live feed.
Again, this is all
Oh,
tentative.
yeah, it's all tentative.
Nothing's confirmed there yet. So,
And the Society of Women Engineers.
yes, we will be having a STEM event on Friday at 4 o'clock, so that's April 6th. April 6th at 4 o'clock, we're having a STEM event that the Society of Women Engineers will be putting on for the event. And that will be open to full public. Anybody who wants to attend will be able to attend that event. So it's a jam-packed weekend for us and, you know, and for the city. So hopefully you guys the city will be prepared. That's all I can say is these students are just absolutely amazing. And I hope that everybody can attend that, so.
We're doing a pitch for volunteers. We do need volunteers, although FIRST Robotics tells us we're ahead of the game, and we've got quite a few volunteers already, but we still need them, so I'm going to pass that out and put that.
How many do you need, Danita?
We need about 100 volunteers, and we have about, how many?
We have about 80 right now, but, you know, we're looking for 100, 150. We're looking for, you know, especially parking
Judges.
logistics, judges. So somebody from the city council who may want to be a judge would be awesome. Right now, we have some NASA engineers, we have Lockheed engineers. Hopefully, we're going to get a Boeing engineer up on their judges. So, you know, the judges, you know, don't have to be all technical. There's a lot of team attributes that we look at and judge too, so.
I get to say the thank yous because we're so humbled by all the participation that's already been happening, and the Valley has already been so helpful. And we want to thank NASA, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed, and Boeing, the Antelope Valley Union High School District, the City of Lancaster. Mike Rosa sat down with us and talked to us about the event some months ago, and you're pretty much the one who talked to us about Destination Lancaster. Angela has just been amazing, and thank you for that. And anything else I'm missing?
Oh, we're missing a whole bunch of stuff, but, you know, we'll come back, and Allison Gatlin's been really nice for
Let's
us.
set it up for the end of February, 1st of March sometime. You guys can
Well,
come
that
back.
would be wonderful.
Awesome.
Thank you, thank
And
you.
you can, and Danita, while you're here,
Yes.
you want to talk to us about the air show?
Okay, thank you.
About the air show, I sure will.
Thank you,
Well,
appreciate it.
One other real quick, just an addition to this, we have a lot of kids who've graduated from our local high schools who have gone on to college, become engineers, and now they are part of the Aerospace Valley Regional Robotics. So it's kind of exciting to see those kids come back. You know, we always talk about, come on back, and they are. And so that's kind of exciting. Now I'm switching to take off that hat and putting on the air show hat, which is coming up March 25th. The robotics is 2 weeks after the air show, so we're going to have a busy couple of weeks there. But and we're like going gung ho. I always know when the air show is coming up because I start getting 30 to 40 emails on my computer a day, and that's where we are now. We don't have a major jet team this year. But we've got some I can't list the acts, all the different acts, and there's just quite a few. We've got a gentleman who's been working with us, and he's been getting static displays as well as as aerial displays, and we're going to end up with a show that's probably just as equal to any show, whether you have a military team or not. So we're on the website. As a matter of fact, that's one of my jobs this year, is I get to help update the website. So we're going to be up and ready. We'll have, of course, a kickoff press release, and all of you are invited. All of you are invited to the Aerospace Regional Robotics as well.
If people want tickets, where would they go?
The website is
Which
the
is?
best place right at the moment.
And the website is?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Maybe in
I'm so
February
glad-
when you come back.
Thank you. I will. I'll bring both hats and share it. But it's going to be exciting. It's going to be. We're going to have the pyro guy again this year, and that was kind of exciting last year, and so it's going to be a good air show. Thank
Okay.
you all for letting me make this presentation. Thank you for inviting me back, and thank you, Mike, for meeting with us and Destination Lancaster. We really appreciate it.
And don't forget to reach out to us. We'll help as much as possible.
Would love that.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to have an individual speak to us that's all dear to our hearts, and that's property taxes. Jeffrey Prang, the county assessor.
Honorable Vice Mayor and council members, I think I know what you're all probably thinking. There's probably no better way to add a little bit of livelihood in this meeting than hearing a speech from the county property tax assessor. But I actually am here to deliver good news for the residents. Laura, I am here to talk to you and to the good people of Lancaster about finding a way to get some money back on your taxes. I appreciate your willingness to declare the month of January as Homeowners Exemption Awareness Month here in the city, and I just want to tell you a little bit about what that means. In essence, everybody who owns a home and lives in it qualifies for the homeowner's exemption, which will lower your assessed value for property tax purposes and saves you about $70 a year on your tax bill. To file an application or to find out whether you're already receiving the exemption, you just need to go on our website at assessor.lacounty.gov. In LA County as a whole, there are 435,000 qualified homeowners who do not apply for the exemption, leaving $30 million on the table that could go back to homeowners. Here in the city of Lancaster, the number of homeowners who do not claim that exemption is 44% of qualifying homeowners. 12,000 residents are leaving $850,000 on the table that they could be reducing their property tax. My goal is to make certain that every homeowner is aware of the tax saving programs that are available to them, whether it be the homeowner's exemption, the disabled veterans exemption, or programs for seniors or disaster relief. And so I just appreciate the opportunity to come here and share the good news, and hope that you will join me in conveying this information to our mutual constituents. I can also tell you on an unrelated matter that the property values have been going up in Lancaster. Last year, they grew by 4.59%. Lancaster is today worth $11 billion. Its value increased by almost half a billion dollars last year. So thank you very much for the opportunity to be here, for your time and attention, and I appreciate your working with me to spread the good word.
Don't leave yet. Tell us where we can get the forms. Tell us how to do it. Tell us specifically how do they do it.
So you can go on our website, which is assessor.lacounty.gov, and on the splash page you enter, there will be a button that says homeowner's exemption. Just click on that. You'll get a form. It's a one-page form, easy to fill out. You only need to fill it out once. I also have an office over on Avenue K6. You can go in there and get an application and fill it out right there on the spot if you'd like. Or you can call our office and we'll mail one to you.
What's our deadline?
The deadline to get the full exemption is February 12th. We'll take them all year, though.
But they can go in at any time?
At any time during the year. It'll be prorated throughout the course of the year. But if you get it in before February 12th, you'll get the full benefit. But we have decided to promote this throughout the month of January to make sure people get it in by the deadline.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
And you're up for re-election?
Funny you mentioned that. Yes, I am. June 5th.
June 5th. And your name again?
My name is Jeffrey Prang, and I'm the Los Angeles County Assessor.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Do Do you think the Valley Press caught all that?
Yes.
Okay, great.
City Manager, we are removing CC4 and anything else?
No, just CC4, sir.
And we're removing that because a couple
We're
people
removing
have...
that because two of you have a conflict, which leaves not a quorum to deal with the item, so we will push it to February 13th and apologize for any inconvenience.
Okay.
So we need to take the minutes first, do we not? M1?
I'm asking if there's anything to be removed.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. So I need a motion and a second for the minutes.
So moved.
Second. Let's vote. We have 4 yes votes unanimously. Okay, the consent calendar, now keep in mind removing CC4.
Excuse me. I'll make a motion to approve the consent calendar removing CC4.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to remove the consent calendar as currently comprised, removing CC4. Let's vote. We have 4 yes votes unanimously. Public hearing, we'll open the public hearing with the graffiti abatement costs expenses. Who's doing this, Mark?
Pam Statzman will do the presentation.
Pam, how about I'm going to have you, we'll put everything on hold. I want to get these union guys back home, okay? I'm sorry. Let's do NB1.
Do we need to continue the public hearing?
Yeah, we'll just maintain it,
Yeah.
continue the public hearing.
Public hearing was declared open. It remains open.
Okay.
And we'll close it after public comment on that item. It's fine to leave it open now.
Okay.
NB1.
NB1, Mark?
Thank you, Vice Mayor, City Council members. Before you today is a recommendation to authorize the execution of a community workforce agreement with the Los Angeles Orange County Building and Construction Trades Council. Chris Hannon is here representing that group, as are a lot of these fine folks here. A couple of facts about the CWA. It would apply to city capital projects only. There are exceptions so that smaller projects would not apply to with dollar limits. Also, there are exceptions for work done by city employees or design type of work. Also for declared emergencies if speed would be of the essence. Because all public projects already require the payment of prevailing wage, any additional costs associated with this would be very slight for administrative purposes only, which would be absorbed within existing budgets. It also makes provisions for both union and non-union contractors to bid on contracts and city capital projects. It would prevent work stoppages. It provides a mechanism to settle disputes. It mandates a drug and alcohol testing policy for all trades working on city jobs. And it also mandates a very strong local hiring preference for Lancaster and the Antelope Valley residents and veterans. That's what it is, but just as important is the why. No secret, elephant in the room sometimes, we all come with preconceived notions. Some old preconceived notions about unions might have been, and I'll say for myself, not for anyone else, if it's good for the union, maybe it's more costly or maybe it's bad for the contractor. That is simply not true. Having had the opportunity to work with the building trades, IBEW and NECA, I can stand here today and tell you that the relationship today between union, contractor, and customer is one of partnership that's built on shared goals and value added. And we've seen that time and time again in working with these folks. In this case, there's no additional project cost. It mandates a well-trained workforce for city projects, meaning that you have higher quality, longer lasting, which over time means less maintenance for the taxpayers on infrastructure. It mandates local hiring and hiring of veterans, and it's also comes with union investment in the community. The trade councils are already investing, I believe with IBEW, in training programs at AVC. So there is really value added through this relationship. I'd like to thank Jason and Jocelyn, Chris and Ray from the trades, who really developed a community workforce agreement that's tailored towards Lancaster and for the benefit of Lancaster, unique to our things. They could not have been better to work with, and we are very proud to recommend this to you today. And we'd be happy to answer any questions. I know that you have some speakers, and Chris as well, too.
We'll let the speakers then, we might have some more questions for you.
Certainly.
Later. Michael Reeves.
Vice Mayor Chris, council, staff, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to say that I'm a total union man. My family has been impacted by unions many years before I was born. My grandfather lost his job with the telephone company in Chicago when he tried to form a union in the 1920s, and the repercussions of that are still being felt today. My mother was a union member in a tuna fish factory in Wilmington. My Uncle Bud was the union member at McDonnell Douglas. I have been a union member, Teamsters Union, and I also was a member of the AFL-CIO when I worked for the federal government. More recently, when there was a work stoppage at Antelope Valley Hospital, I was on the picket lines for the nurses, and at one point, when the security was coming toward the employees, I stood between the employees and security to stand up for their rights. Tonight I come about this agreement, and it kind of came on me quickly when I went to the city clerk's office to see what's on the agenda. It's very complicated. I have some questions, and I've already discussed it with the Vice Mayor and Councilman Mann. Some of the things that I want to make sure that the union people have a right to the best wages, and there shouldn't be a stipulation, as Mark mentioned, about certain wage. If it's over a certain amount, it's this or that. I'm just wondering if we should discuss this a little more and be a little more thorough about it, because I've read the paper in the city clerk's office, and it was like legalese to me.
Michael, I've been working on this for 4 years.
And we discussed it, Vice Mayor Chris, and you brought up some good points. I just, you can understand my apprehensive because I just ran into it and was very concerned. If it provides wages and benefits and helps union people, of course, I'm 100% for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Roger, I think it's Schaefer. Welcome, Roger.
I was sitting in the front row, could barely hear him. Okay, I'm in opposition to what the last guy just talked about. And let me tell you, first, I write to the Valley Press every day, 4 times a day. And for every 50 I send in, they might print one. So they probably won't print this one, but you're going to hear it today, right now. Yesterday's front page, City Malls Union works deals. In a meeting I will attend tonight. I am so tight with the dollar I squeak when walking. When I was a contractor, I paid my employees twice the wage if we worked for the city, the state, or the government. This was called prevailing wage, costing you, the taxpayer, double what I would charge you as a homeowner. I have never liked that form of capitalism, and I don't like it now. Why? Because it is not capitalism. It is more like a cousin to socialism. If I pay my people $50 an hour to do the same work I will charge you $25 an hour, to whom is getting the best deal? You're right. The people are winning. Although you forgot, you are the people. Therefore, unions cost us more money unless you're in the union. I just want everything to be fair, and I can tell, not as tough as I used to be. There's a lot of union people in here. I can feel it. I can feel it in the back of my back here. and that's good. I have a lot of friends that are union guys, and I believe in getting a fair wage for it. But a lot of things I don't agree with it on the capitalism part. I used to send you my equipment operators. I was a heavy equipment guy. Made a lot of dust here in this valley. My operators could outrun these heavy equipment rigs as good as any union man that I ever saw, because I hired them both. And so it's nothing to do with quality. What it is a wage. But they stayed with me years. A lot of them stayed with me over 25 years. And that's because they never run out of work. I always had something for them to do. So anyway, I haven't looked into this. I think it's a good thing. I need to get my son, who's also an attorney, to read this agreement, because that's where the devil's in the details.
Right.
So once he reads that for me, I'll know, and I'll be back again.
You can come back and talk to us.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Mitch Klein.
Good evening, Vice Mayor Christ and council members and staff. I would like to yield my time to our building trades rep, Chris Hannon.
You can go ahead and speak. I'll yield. Give Chris as much time as he needs.
Okay. I am 100% in favor of this community workforce agreement because it opens up employment for our veterans that are coming back from the war, for taking these kids off the street. Some of these kids might not be college bound, but yet they're still looking for a decent career. We can provide that. The building trades provides that. We have good apprenticeship programs. We have good training. These are not just jobs where this last gentleman came up and says, I can pay him 25 or 50 or whatever that is. We provide a decent standard of living and provide benefits for the members and their families. And it's open to all. Our apprenticeships are good and they're strong.
Talk to everybody and those people at home about the helmets to hard hats.
So we have a program called Helmets to Hard Hats, and that's a program, it's a venue to take all our veterans that are coming back from the war, and it gives them an avenue to come into all our apprenticeship programs, and it gives them a leeway to step in and for a good job and a good future where they might not have to go through some of the rigorous efforts that some of the people off the street might have to go through. So we heavily favor our veterans, and we want to give them a good job and a good career. So this is all part of it, and our training programs, what we do, our benefits, it's good for the community, it's a local hire. We take these kids or our veterans or people in the community and give them jobs where we don't have these contractors come in out of area. They come in, they do the job, they take the money, and they're gone. So our members, they live here, they work here, their kids go to school here, and they have every right to work on these projects. Thank you.
Sir. Chris Hannon. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, Honorable Vice Mayor, Honorable Council, staff, Planning Commission. My name is Chris Hannon. I'm a council representative with the Los Angeles Orange County's Building and Construction Trades Council. And maybe if I could have my brothers and sisters in the audience stand up. This community workforce agreement sets high standards for local hire. It sets the highest standard for apprenticeship training, and what it does is it creates opportunity. Each and every one of my brothers and sisters out there goes to work every day, not guaranteed anything. We have to perform every day. If ever there was a day that we didn't perform, we get sent back to the union hall. We earn our livings by doing our job right, doing it the first time, and doing it at the highest productivity anywhere around. This agreement is going to give preference to Lancaster residents, veterans, students at Antelope Valley College to have the same type of career that I've had. I had an opportunity to go out there and work as hard as I could work, opportunity to go to the best training program, a 5-year apprenticeship program, and now I have a career that nobody can take away from me. Brothers and sisters, you're welcome to sit down. Put anybody in the construction industry up against my brothers and sisters, and I'm confident that nobody will be disappointed in my brothers and sisters. The craftsmanship has been around here for decades, sometimes over 100 years. We have agreements like this around. They get renewed for another, not just 5 years, but another 10 years. We have a strong track record, and we're putting our commitment into the community. We've partnered with Antelope Valley College, with Antelope Valley Youth Build, to provide training programs free of charge for Lancaster residents to be able to go in there and explore which of the trades is right for them, to get brushed up on their applied mathematics, get their safety training. Remember, it's still a dangerous way to make a living, but we have to work safe in a dangerous environment, and we can do that. Get introduced to all the trades, some hands-on experience so that you know which trade is right for you. So when you get in there, you're getting into a trade that you enjoy, and you can do a better job each and every day and earn your way if you're in a trade you enjoy. We're not telling any of the Lancaster residents which trade is right for them. Let them decide. Let the veteran decide which trade is right for them.
Chris, talk about the Antelope Valley College programs that you have, how you've created them, and how you're bringing it to the Antelope Valley.
The Antelope Valley College offers our pre-apprenticeship curriculum, which is our multi-craft core curriculum. It's the standard in the building trades, what we're looking for to get somebody ready for apprenticeship. We partnered with the college to fund the program. Right now there's funding for 200 individuals to go through the class free of charge. The first class is actually graduating next week. We're looking to provide opportunities into the apprenticeship training programs, and what this agreement here does is it creates an opportunity. Without work, we don't have any reason to train. With an opportunity to go to work, we have an opportunity to train at the very highest level and have an opportunity to go out there and prove it. If you wanted to get into the program at Antelope Valley College, you can contact Corporate and Community Services at Antelope Valley College, or you can go to the America's Job Center, either in Lancaster or any other one located in the Antelope Valley, and tell them you're interested in the apprenticeship readiness program or the pre-apprenticeship MC3 curriculum.
One of the things that spurred this is we went down to Los Angeles and looked at some of the training facilities that you have in Los Angeles, and we were lucky enough to be able to speak there. And when we introduced ourselves, I'd say 25% of the population that was at your training facilities was from the Lancaster-Palmdale area. So it really hit us hard that we need to bring that up here and have a local addition for that. So we thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's our pleasure. And with the more work opportunities in this area, this is an area that's going to lead the County of Los Angeles. We're going to be able to have more training opportunities. Just since we started partnering in the Antelope Valley, the ironworkers have been able to locate a satellite apprenticeship so that local residents here in the valley don't have to go down to La Palma. They don't have to go down to San Bernardino to go to school. They can do their whole apprenticeship here, and included the Antelope Valley College in that. They're helping utilize the welding booths there in downtime and keeps the college viable, brings more students to the college, and helps local residents as well. Keeps the tax base here in the valley for the local businesses here, as opposed to workers coming in from San Diego, from the Central Valley, working here and then bringing the tax dollars away. We want them to spend their money in the local businesses here, whether they're taking their family out to dinner, whether they're buying a new automobile, whether they're investing in their children's education.
Thank you. Any questions for Chris? Chris, thank you.
You're welcome.
David Sanchez from the Ironworkers. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. First off, please excuse me if my speech becomes accelerated. When I'm talking about something I'm passionate about, it tends to happen. So I'm an example of the helmets to hard hats. Combat veteran, Marine Corps. Got out in 2007. Once I received my DD-214, got out of the military, I decided to go to school. Went for respiratory therapy. After that, went for business. Completed my business degree. Couldn't find any work. Everybody wanted experience, couldn't find a place to start off. Ended up getting into manufacturing. Worked my way up, became a supervisor, and things were going good until I was laid off in September of 2016. After that, started looking for work in the Antelope Valley, and it was really hard. Nobody wanted to hire me because I had too much experience. They thought I'd get bored at the job that they wanted to hire me for. So it was kind of hard to get my foot in the door. I enrolled in the Antelope Valley Youth Build, got into that program, and through them, I found out about the apprenticeship with the Ironworkers, and I was offered an interview, went through the interview, was accepted into the trade, and started working August 8th of last year. Since then, I've been all over Southern California, working in LA, Temecula, Huntington Beach, different jobs, from structural to miscellaneous work, from stairwells to handrails, any little thing that we do. And one thing that I've seen at every job that I've been with, every crew that I've worked with, is that everybody's willing to train and share their experience, and everybody finds a professionalism in their work. Everybody's proud of what they're doing, which is something I really didn't find outside the military. Also, the camaraderie, the brotherhood, it's a really tight-knit group. Once you get in, I mean, everybody's there for each other. And it's something that you don't really find everywhere. Just to touch up on one thing, the satellite school that the Ironworkers program is offering the apprentices in the Antelope Valley, it's something that they're doing, and they're faithful with helping us to achieve the journeyman status and to get into the program and learn what we need to learn for the trade. And they're putting maximum effort into accommodating us and helping us so we don't have to commute down to La Palma and just to help us. And it's really, really something that I appreciate. And I'm looking forward to doing more work in the Antelope Valley.
Great, you did good.
Thank you.
Thanks. John? John, your last name got smudged. I apologize.
It's okay. It's Ganji.
Ganji.
Hi, guys. Good evening. Yeah, I'm with the business agent for the Ironworkers Local 433. David was actually a guy I recruited about 6 months ago, 8 months ago. And if you guys would, all the Antelope Valley residents, please stand up. What you guys have here, you have your MC3 graduates, you have youth build, you have a restaurant owner, you have your military. The way I was raised, guys, it was God, country, family, and union. And when I say family and union, because it is a family, guys. And I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I was 20 years old. My father, I'm fifth generation. My family's from Pennsylvania. They were all railroad, union men, steel mill, union men.
Can they sit down?
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to show, they know the hard work you guys are putting in, and they appreciate everything you're doing, the opportunity you're giving them. And these guys are family. Unions are family. And we're, as long as what you guys are trying to pursue for us, we take that to heart. We do. We all are hard. Like David said, it is camaraderie. We are competitive. And when you guys are fighting, we're here to fight for you. And I was a 20-year-old kid. I had just got married, had my first kid. And, my son, he has Asperger's. I don't know if you guys understand. It's an autistic realm. Mm-hmm. He had ear problems. He had a lot of problems. The medical bills, guys, if I didn't have that union with those health benefits, I'd have nothing. I'm a homeowner. I was able to buy myself a barbershop, which in essence gave my wife a career. But, you know, with those health benefits alone, I would have been bankrupt, guys. And I hear those stories every day. Understand, you know, I respect people's opinions. I've got non-union coming to me every single day. I'm getting phone calls every single day about companies cheating them. They want to come over. They don't have the money to pay their medical bills. How can I come over? The more job opportunities you guys can create, we can help people out. That's what I'm here. This is what I'm brought on this earth for, is to help people out. And that's what unions are. It's my obligation to protect my members and give them every opportunity, as you guys, to help your members out in your community. And just to let you guys know, I just wanted to see your family. In essence, keep fighting. We appreciate everything you're doing. Thank you very much.
John, thank you. Comments?
You know, when I first got elected to this position, I was one of the leading council members that spoke about having prevailing wage on city projects. And I think tonight is the icing on the cake for us to make sure that we've got this community work agreement in place. So I am proud that you're here tonight.
I want to thank you guys for coming out. I know that you guys got to work tomorrow, so we really appreciate you guys coming here. It's just, I'm a big union fan, was a president of a union, so we're here to support you. We know we get a better product. That's the main thing. We get the better product, you know, with union help. And, you know, it solidifies a community, and it makes the whole community come together, as you said, and as your speaker said, to the family. So with that, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to authorize the execution of the community workforce agreement.
Second that? I'm sorry. We have a motion and a second. Let's vote. Passes 4 yes votes. Thank you, guys. We're going to take a 2-minute break and let you get home.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and go back to PH1. The public hearing is still open. Pam? Sorry, Pam, it was important to get them home.
No problem, understood. Vice Mayor Christ and council members, we have before you tonight for your consideration Resolution 1802, approving and adopting an updated graffiti abatement cost and expense cost model. Under the state's graffiti program, we are required every 3 years to review our cost model and update it if necessary. We have some statistics for you from our Public Safety and Development Services departments. For 2017, we remediated 4,639 graffiti locations using 877 gallons of paint and 241 gallons of chemicals in that removal. We treated 233,021 square feet of graffiti areas and used materials valued about $50,000. Since 2008, so approximately 10 years, we've had 219 cases resulting in restitution being ordered, and the total dollar value of that restitution is $1,611,000. To date, we've collected approximately $130,000 in restitution. With passage of this resolution, we would remain in compliance with the state and continue our cost abatement efforts. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions? Comments? Okay, close the public hearing. Need a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion to adopt resolution number 18-02.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Let's vote. Passes with 4 yes votes unanimously. Okay, we'll go to NB2, Ready Lancaster. Rebecca. Did you need Raj down there with you?
I think you can keep your comfortable seat, but I will kick it off to you.
Hasn't he been going around town? He went to the chamber, went to Rotary.
Yes, and we even have pictures of it in the presentation.
Uh-oh.
They are good pictures.
Was I?
Well, good evening, Vice Mayor and City Council. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. My name is Rebecca Dykstra, and I'm a part of the City of Lancaster Communications team. In November, the city launched Ready Lancaster, our citizen emergency preparedness campaign to help prepare residents for natural disasters. As we know, in 2017, we had more than our fair share of disasters here in the U.S. We saw them over and over in our news feeds and on TV, from mudslides to fires to hurricane after hurricane. And seeing these, Mayor Paris tasked Councilmember Molly to head up an emergency preparedness campaign targeting specifically our residents. Now, we know we have an outstanding fire department and sheriff's department, and we work well together with the city to prepare for natural disasters, but we're very concerned about our residents. According to this survey by the U.S. Census Bureau, you can see that half of Americans don't even have an emergency preparedness kit, and 66% don't have an emergency communications plan. So this underscores our need to make sure our residents are prepared.
In the rest of your presentation, are you going to talk about those? Sorry. It was out.
And I'll take questions too. So the resulting program was Ready Lancaster, a simple 3-step program to help our residents get prepared. It can be applied to any resident, young or old, as well as to businesses. And we launched the program November 1st with this video.
We are launching Ready Lancaster. Everybody should be prepared, even our kids. They need to know what we need to do. What are the first 3 things we need to do? I challenge you to be ready, Lancaster.
Preparing for a disaster doesn't have to be daunting. With Ready Lancaster, emergency preparedness can be as simple as 1, 2, 3. 1. Get an emergency kit. 2. Prepare your home and know what to do in a disaster. 3. Make an emergency plan with your family. Explore the Ready Lancaster webpage, where you can find resources from emergency response agencies such as Red Cross, Ready.gov, and FEMA. Join us in creating a more ready Lancaster.
And actually, Raj's video has been quite popular in social media, getting the word out there. So since we launched the campaign, Councilmember Molly has been sharing the Ready Lancaster message with residents, business owners, and senior citizens. In fact, he spoke yesterday at the Lancaster West Rotary Luncheon. At these events, he not only gives his presentation on Ready Lancaster, but he also opens it up for a question and answer segment with the public. In addition, we're conducting a robust marketing campaign, driving traffic to the City of Lancaster's Ready Lancaster webpage. Now, this webpage, as mentioned in the video, has resources from Red Cross, FEMA, Ready.gov, and other trusted disaster response agencies. We've also promoted Ready Lancaster via social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and so far the campaign has a total social media reach of over 66,000. So that's views of Lancaster, Ready Lancaster material only. So we also utilized a number of traditional city outlets, including press releases, the Lancaster e-newsletter, and our Outlook magazine. In addition, we have pamphlets on Ready Lancaster. One side is in English, one side is in Spanish. It briefly covers each of the 3 steps, and we've distributed nearly 25,000 of these pamphlets to date, mainly to the Lancaster School District, so that's all students and teachers within the Lancaster School District, as well as local organizations, businesses, such as ABPH and the Senior Center. We've also promoted Ready Lancaster via billboards, Cinemark ads, and print and online ads. Now, another component of the Ready Lancaster project has been to conduct a survey of our own constituents. Now, this survey goes through the 3 steps to help people determine how prepared they really are for a disaster. So as you can see, our respondents so far have indicated that 57% of them have an emergency kit, but only 37% have prepared their home for a disaster. 45% have an emergency plan, but 24% have none of the above. So whether you have step 1 or 2, or you don't have any of these steps, there's definitely a need there for people to have the guidance of going through the 3 steps and getting prepared. And before I go on, I wanted to note that these are preliminary results. The survey is still open, so if anyone today is interested in taking the survey, we have copies in the back. So one of the things about the survey that I found really is interesting and very helpful to understanding our community is that we open and close the survey asking the same question. We're asking constituents to give a self-assessment of how prepared they really are. So at the beginning, people rated themselves a lot more highly. If we look at the dark blue bar, when people started out with the survey, 51% said they were somewhat prepared, but by the time they got all the way through the survey, going through the different details of getting prepared, only 37% still felt that they were somewhat prepared. And as you can see, if we add up those categories, about 82% are not fully prepared, and that's where Ready Lancaster comes in, whether you only have to do a community, a plan for your family, or if you have to do all 3 steps. And once we've completed the marketing push for Ready Lancaster, we'll be conducting the survey again to see our results, and we're looking and anticipating to have much higher percentages throughout the community. So with that, we've accomplished a lot, but we still have a lot more in the works. Councilmember Molly will be presenting to the Antelope Valley Hispanic Chamber on February 6th, and ABBOT's Business Luncheon in March, as well as other speaking engagements with local organizations, including churches and schools who've reached out and wanted to hear the message. And we're creating additional marketing materials to continue to spread awareness on Ready Lancaster and the importance of getting our citizens prepared. I'd like to thank the communications team and Andrew Noga for their work on this project, and most importantly, I would like to thank Councilmember Molly for leading up this effort. You can tell that he's really committed to this cause, that it's something that's close to his heart, to making sure residents are prepared and that people's families are prepared and that they're really ready in case we have such a disaster here in our community. So I want to kick it over to Raj. Do you have any comments that you'd like to make in the program?
I just want to say thank you, Mayor Paris and the council, for believing in me and letting me leading this program. But I really like to say our staff. I'm so proud of our city staff. They do such an amazing job. We come up with the idea and they just run with it, and they put their day and night into it. That's a lot of work. And Rebecca and Andrew Noga, they have done such an amazing job. I mean, I go up there and speak, but all the homework was done by them. So you guys make me look like I am but I think it's you guys. So I truly want to say thank you for all the work. And we are not done yet. It's just starting. But so far we had 2 presentations, and seems like it's very useful. People are engaging, like they're asking a lot of questions, they're giving advice, and like some of them actually willing to be a part of it. So that's a good thing. Like, I mean, that shows that, okay, our community, they like to get involved and they want to be part of this. So it's a good start. And I just want to thank you for continue, and I would love to put my hard work, and you guys, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. I have a question for the captain or the representative from the fire station. You guys do CERT. You team up with CERT qualifications. Do you want to give an example of what your CERT qualifications are? And it's the step above this. So can you talk a little bit about that? Yeah, I can hear you, but is the button?
It's on.
Okay.
Use Mark's mic.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Chief Larry Tucker, with the LA County Fire Department, and the CERT program that he spoke of is actually a program that our department has put on for civilians in the local area, and this prepares a lot of the civilians to function in the time of an emergency, depending on whatever it might be. We prepare citizens for helping with rescue situations with the fire department, with providing medical aid, to assist other homeowners around them, maybe with any emergencies they may be confronted with in an emergency. And so the CERT program has been very helpful, it has grown quite a bit in the last number of years, just because of the public interest in being able to help themselves in an emergency when maybe one of the either fire department can't get to them, maybe right away. We do have people that are trained that can provide help for themselves and also in their surrounding community or their neighbors. So that is our CERT program that we have. We have training. We have one of our fire captains who is very involved in it, gives programs, gives additional training with the help of other members of the department. And was this basically what you were speaking of?
Basically what it is, but it's the step above this, and isn't it like a 20-hour class that they have to go through the class to actually get certified in it?
That's correct. We do give them a certification. They are extensively trained in all types of emergency situations and preparedness, and we do certify them at the end of that. And so we have some very well-trained individuals, civilians, that can assist us.
So if there's a civilian out there and he has a little green hat, I believe they're green hats, and
that's correct.
And they're giving you some advice, you should listen to them because they've gone through the classes on how to prepare and what to do.
Absolutely. They will be properly identified with vests, hats, and like I say, they're quite well trained. So that helps us in a lot of situations.
And don't we have over 2,000 of those in the valley today?
I don't have an exact number for you at this time, but we have quite a few.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, Councilman Molly, for doing what you do.
But I just want to add one more thing, that with these programs, the goal is, like he said, by the time we're done with this, we want to make sure, like, our community, we don't want to be the one who is sitting and waiting for our fire department and the sheriff department to come and rescue us. We want us to take care of our family and then our neighbors and our rest of the community. We want to be one of that community. So that's our goal. So whoever's watching at home, so please, I want to urge the entire community to be part of this and be that community. We shouldn't be waiting for our fire department and sheriff department to be coming and rescue us. We need to take care of ourselves. So that's what we want to get at. So thank you.
Thank you, Raj. Okay, there's no vote necessary on this. It's just a receive and file. Okay, council agenda. The Mayor Paris has nominated King Moore to the Planning Commission. We need a second.
I'll second that motion.
Can we have a motion to nominate King Moore to the Planning Commission? The nomination by Mayor Paris, seconded by Mr. Mann. Any questions, comments? Let's vote. Congratulations. Is Mr. Moore here?
Yes.
Would you like to come down and get your speech? Ooh. Brett, will you swear him in?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
King Moore.
Solemnly swear or affirm that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which you are about to enter.
I will.
All right, very good. I need
Yeah. Rush.
We need a speech, though.
congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go. Start right here for a few. Any friends or family want to come over here, you can.
Okay, come on.
Go back a little bit.
Taller people in the back, please.
Hand up, Joe. Right here. Good. Thank you.
Just want to say thank you to the mayor, councilman, and city officials. You know, it's an honor and thanks for the opportunity, basically. And I'll make y'all proud. All right.
Thank you. And there's your boss that sits at the end down there.
I've actually been following him on the web. I've saw a couple of committees, so I know he's a sharp guy.
You know you're in trouble, right?
Thank you. Thank you again.
Glad to have you. Okay, we're going to do the reports and activities of Board of Directors of the Antelope Valley Transit Authority. Angela, would you like to, on anything?
I'd like to hand that over to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Raj?
I was with you, but I'm going to let you handle it.
Okay, the big thing today at the Antelope Valley Transit Authority is we did lockup service for Mojave Airport, and we did lockup service out to Edwards Air Force Base. So it's the first time that we've ever done that. It's a first for AVTA, so it's a start. And it's done with our commuter vans, and it'll be a self-driving commuter vans. We're buying 10 local vans from, I think it's our Chrysler dealer. They're hybrid commuter vans, so that is the best news that we've had in a while there. I think my city attorney's going to correct me, but she's wrong.
You're right.
Thank you. Okay, AVA QMD, we did some planning and we did some grants for the schools. Some of the schools are buying electric buses, and some of those electric buses, so we're doing the facilities out there for the charging stations for the electric buses. So we're doing that, and hopefully everyone's seeing our new 60-foot buses that the AVA QMD and AVTA has done together. So I think it's a great thing. Good things happening in the city of Lancaster and the Antelope Valley. No report on the Antelope Valley Board of Directors for District 14. Any other reports? Mr. Mann, do you have anything for Destination Lancaster?
No, but I guess we'll wait till the next time around for the AQMD.
Okay. And we did go to see Gavia, and Mr. Vos, you can report on that. You were there.
I don't think I was.
I think you were.
Was I there?
Yeah, installation, right?
Oh,
Yeah, right.
yeah, you're right, I was. Greater Antelope Valley Association of Realtors installation dinner, and you were there.
Thank you.
And Commissioner, or former Commissioner, I'm sorry. I'm used to calling you Commissioner.
For 7.5 years.
Councilman Molly. Yeah, it was a very nice event, and they were very pleased to have you there to give your presentation to the outgoing president. And we thank you.
Big things happening in real estate the next couple years. City of Lancaster, we're going to have new inventory for everybody, so we're looking to have all that new inventory that's coming on board. And I
Hope
think
so. As you know, Commission approved a 772 unit project out on the west side, and there's a 1,300 unit housing project coming probably in April or May, depending on our schedule. I'm not quite sure when the hearings will begin. Last night actually, we approved a 430 acre 72 megawatt photovoltaic project out on the far west side. So a lot of activity, that's for sure. We certainly need all types of housing, it's not just single family detached. So we're looking forward to receiving applications for a broad base of all types of housing.
thank you for what you guys are doing. Any other reports? Any other council? Would you like to?
No, for me, Vice Mayor.
Okay, we're good. California Choice Energy, nothing at this time. The Housing Authority, nothing. Finance Authority, nothing. Power Authority, nothing at this time. The successor agency, City Manager.
Yes, a couple weekends ago, we had the honor of celebrating the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This year will mark 50 years since his life was cut too short in Memphis. But it struck me when we were there that he is just as relevant to America, even more so today, even 50 years after. And to have a footprint like that on America, very few people ever have had that kind of footprint 50 years. We have two videos. It was really a great weekend. The first one is about Justice Sunday. The second will be about Day of Service. And Justice Sunday, it's to call it a school performance probably doesn't do it justice. It was so good and so amazing. The concept is that the gentleman sitting at the desk is Lyndon Johnson, thinking about is he going to sign the civil rights legislation. And people through history, some that you know, some that you don't know, are coming and talking to him and saying why it's important and what their struggle has been. It was truly amazing. So show that video first.
Today we're here for Justice Sunday. We're at the Lancaster Performing Arts Center, and we're going to be seeing hidden figures, people that make contributions to the United States of America that are African American. So I'm really excited to be here. When I look back over the last 2 years, being on the City Council and being the first African American woman to hold that position, it touches my heart because I really think about the people that were here before me and everything they had to endure for me to be here standing in front of you today having this conversation. I have to say it actually just feels extraordinary.
I fought for men and women. I fought for blacks and whites. I fought for you and I fought for me. I fought for you.
This year we have the Antelope Valley High School and we also have the Highland High School coming together to present what we call hidden figures. Those people who did not get included in the history. We hope that the people will leave here inspired to move forward, to not select people because of color, gender, culture, or any of that, but what can they present?
Because of the color of my skin, all my life I pushed racial boundaries by embracing black pride and being an outspoken civil rights advocate.
Bishop Hearns likes to call it a rainbow audience.
It's a cultural rainbow. I have to agree with Bishop Hearns because we have everyone. And not only is the audience a rainbow audience, but the cast is a rainbow cast. The choir is a rainbow choir. We have every culture represented in this performance. When you think about the life of Dr. King and the things that he actually has done, this represents everything coming together. So when you look up on the stage, it's our desire for you to see the full melting pot of this Antelope Valley.
What does it mean for you as a community member to be a part of Justice Sunday?
It means a lot because you have to instill this in the kids to know what history is and what history has done for them. And it kind of leads them to open the door. Now they have to stand up and be accountable. You got to be accountable for what you've heard and how to continue to change to make things better. You can't make a change unless you understand what history has given you.
Thank Ryan DeRico and Nigel Hawley from the Antelope Valley Education Alliance who helped spearhead this. It was really, I don't know if you want to say anything, Angela?
You know, I was just going to say that it was a beautiful event. Sometimes in life you show up at a place that you're not quite sure if you're supposed to be there or not. But when I was there, I felt that I was there right in that moment, and it really hit home for me. I think that we need to always remember or think about at least where we've come from so that we know where it is that we're going. And I left there feeling inspired and thinking about dreams and what's next even for me at this point in my life. So it was a humbling experience, and at the same time I felt reinvigorated. So
good. Thanks. Yeah, anyone that was there really touched you. The second video is about our day of service on Saturday, and we had lots of sites. I want to thank Parks and Rec for spearheading it. We had 1,200 volunteers, and I got to say, the council members that were there really do work. This isn't staged for the video. They, at every site, worked and worked hard.
We're here with Councilmember Raj Mali this morning, and what are we up to today?
Well, today is a very special day for all of our community. It's a community service day. Martin Luther King, what he left, like I said, legacy and a great message behind. Always take care of your community.
And what does it mean to you? You know, we just came off the holidays. We're getting so many gifts. What does it mean after a season of, receiving gifts to give back?
This is a great start. Cleaning up our neighborhood and taking care of our neighborhood and being a part of our neighborhood. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal for everyone. And what makes me happy that I see lots of youth, they're being out here. It's a Saturday and the weekend, but they could be like sleeping in, but no, they're here and they're serving and they're doing something for the community.
is prime time for us to work with our community. We are out here in the trenches with them, picking up side by side with them. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to volunteer as well as our local groups.
I would encourage everybody to come out and give back to the community. You know, this is just one event. I'm a full believer that you really need to pace yourself throughout the year, and you really need to be involved. There's a lot of really good causes out there that you can get yourself connected with. And even in my beginning, you know, it was really just donating time, because some people think that, oh, you only can give back by giving money. No. The most precious thing, the most valuable is your time. Hopefully Martin Luther King Day is the trigger point for people to say, hey, I can get involved and really help out.
What are you up to here today at Jane Reynolds Park?
So we're here serving for the Martin Luther King Day of Service. So help to pick up leaves, spread mulch, and honestly just be here to volunteer and serve. The cool thing is that when I think about this, it makes me think about I was here serving with people that didn't look like me. And the fact that I was able to be here and serve with people that didn't look like me, and we were able to engage in conversation and laugh and spend time together, that's the part that's really cool.
We've been doing this for a long time, and it's about our community, and we have a great community that lives here and that loves to give back, and that's what Martin Luther King represented, was giving back to the community.
Outside of the day of service, what are other ways that you find to give back to our community?
Well, you can always give back. There's a lot of different charities out there that you can give back to. Find one that you really want to give, that you're interested in, that you can give back to. But it's just great to see everyone give back to the community. Who did the videos?
Luke, did you do both? Juan and I did both. Juan and Luke did both.
Very good job. Yeah. Very, very good job. Okay, City Clerk.
This is the time to address the City Council agency and authority on non-agendized matters. Speaker cards can be found on the back table of the council chambers. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. State law prohibits the City Council from taking action on items not on the agenda, and your matter may be referred to the City Manager. Thank you.
Cora Martinez, you're first. And the teacher called and said you're not allowed just to say I'm here because I'm here.
Oh, no, I have questions, don't worry. Hi, everyone. My name is Cora Martinez, and I'm a student at AV College for Political Science. I did have a question for the mayor, but he's not here tonight, so I do have a question for Chief Larry regarding the CERT program. If someone were to be interested for the 20-hour course, is that free to the public, or is there a cost for that?
No, that is strictly a free program that we offer, and all we want is interested people that want to participate in learning.
So if I wanted to participate, do I go to the fire station or go online to sign up? Perfect. Okay. That was really the only questions I had while I'm up here.
That was weak.
I don't know anything else. Sorry.
You're going to have to come up with another one.
Okay, let's see here.
You have to ask Mr. Mann the question.
Mr. Mann a question? Okay. Mr. Mann, how long have you been a council member for?
I'm the youngest one here. No. So I'm in my third term. So I started with the city in 1992 as a planning commissioner.
Okay.
So I'm going for a record to hopefully be the longest person in city government. So
ever.
Yeah. So I did a little over, what was that, 16 years?
16.
Yeah, 16 years as a planning commissioner. Served in the capacity of chairman like Chairman Vos. So I did that several times over that term. Originally, back in the day, the council members would each appoint a council member, or would a planning commission member. And so I was the mayor's appointment on, I believe it was either 4 or 5 consecutive terms.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you say terms, how long is a term?
Back then, a mayor's term was only 2 years, so you've served in the capacity as a planning commissioner only for 2, where everybody else that sit on the planning commission would serve that term that would parallel the council member. So
Okay.
everybody else was on a 4-year term, where I was on a 2-year term.
Nice.
So I have a little bit of knowledge about planning.
I'm sure you do. All right.
Okay.
Was that good?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Lauren. Lauren, you know the rules, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually got a question though.
Oh.
All right, yeah. Okay, so I am new to the city of Lancaster, Palmdale area. I've only been here for a year. One of the main things that we have learned, well, in our class, is how California likes to sort of sweep little things under the rugs and doesn't talk about the hard facts, like the homeless population. A lot of the times when I get off the freeway, I see a lot of homeless people asking for help, or when I'm driving home, I do see their camps on the side. What is the city of Lancaster doing to help not just the people who actually live in the houses, but the folks who can't afford them?
Who would you like to answer that?
Anyone.
I'll take it. There's many things that we're doing, many things that we're trying, many things that have been tried, and we're continuing to try new things. We have a new project on, I think it's around 32nd and Avenue I. It's a project that you can move up to and move through and get into better homes as it is, and it's transitional housing rather than just a homeless center. We have several different homeless community shelters right now. We have one at 60th and I, which the county is representing. Then we have our faith-based community, which is doing theirs, and they have one that is being hosted at the fairgrounds. So we have that. We have just a lot of different things, a lot of new projects that we're putting together to help the homeless. We did an initiative about a year and a half ago. The community felt that they didn't want to fund that, and we should use the money that we already have. So we're taking a look at that, and we're going forward under that, guys. So that's what we're doing, and it's not just a problem that is that Lancaster has or the Antelope Valley has. It's a nationwide problem. So we're looking to solve it, and some of the people that are out there don't want to be helped. We have to recognize that. Some of the people that come back from the wars don't want to be under any type of shelter anymore, so we have to recognize that. We also have to recognize that they did close all the mental health facilities in California, so there's no mental health facilities to help a lot of these individuals that do want to be helped, but there's no areas to help them with. So we're trying, and we're aware of it. And the best part that you can say about this council is we're aware of it. We'll try different things, and we might not solve it, but at least we're trying.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Sandra.
Oh man, I'm short. Hello, I'm Sandra. I'm also from ABC. What was my question? My question was to you, the Vice Mayor. How long have you been Vice Mayor here?
I've been Vice Mayor for 5 years. It's a little after my first term. It's nominated by the mayor and selected by the council. It's an appointed position, not an elected position. So it's appointed by the council. So that's, you represent the mayor when the mayor's not here, or any of the 42 deputy mayors. So that's what we get to do. But there's a lot of things out there that we do that people don't see. We represent the different JPAs that are out there. We represent the Antelope Valley Transit Authority. We represent the Air District. We represent the fairgrounds. So there's a lot of things. I personally sit on 22 different boards. So there's a lot of different boards that you can sit on and that you learn a lot of things to do. We're doing a transportation summit tomorrow with the supervisor in Santa Clarita. So there's a lot of things that we do. And there's a lot of work. You hear about the work or the fights between the city of Palmdale and Lancaster. There's far more getting along and working together than a lot of people understand. It's just a little bit of infighting between them, but you know, we love Palmdale, they love us, and we work together as far as our transportation needs and everything like that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Heather.
Good evening, Council. Good to see you, Vice
How are you?
Mayor Chris. I'm doing well. You know, I had finally, like I told you last time I was here, I got the, I guess, land contamination cleaned up, even the soil they took up. But we still have an issue of the trihallomethanes and HA5, which are solvents. And recently I read an article, or not an article, but a paper from someone in the scientific field doing, you know, like chemical tests on what happens to what. And all the data is pointing to certain chemicals like trihallomethanes, HA5, vanadium. I don't know if you guys know what these are, but they're currently at high levels in our water. Now that's what's killing off the reptiles and the amphibians. And I'm sure you guys think, well, who cares about that? But the bark beetles are taking over. And California swift lizards, they have a blue side and they're really spiky. They eat bark beetles. The natural predators to these beetles are being killed off by the chemicals that we can tolerate in the water, but amphibians and reptiles cannot. It's killing them at an alarming rate. And while they reproduce and make more little lizards and toads, they don't live long enough to eat enough beetles. So they usually die young, and you know, their numbers are really diminishing in alarming rates. So if we want to resolve the bark beetle attacking the pine trees and killing off all of our trees in California, we really need to consider eliminating the solvents, because trihalomethane and HA5 are a solvent. So anything else you put in there to disinfect the water is going to be dissolved. It's not going to do its job. So the chloramine that's in there currently too kills amphibians. We need to seriously look at the chemicals that are in our water, and while we may be tolerating them and our animals tolerating them, the things that are going to help us, you know, prevent major loss for our forests is, you know, they're being killed off. So I don't know if that would be anything that you'd be interested in approaching AVEC about, because I know when I talk to them, they already get defensive. I mean, I try to be diplomatic, but you know, I'm really passionate about this, and I want to see every life form live its full potential. You know,
we get defensive when people know more than we do.
Well, oh, maybe so. Okay. Well, I'm just trying to, you know, bounce stuff off of them. And also, I wanted to ask, whose idea was it to do the single lane? I mean, because the congestion is so bad everywhere.
He's sitting right over there. He's a Paraclete graduate.
Oh.
He has a red tie on.
Mark. Backed by science.
Yes.
Okay. Can I read those that data?
Absolutely. I'd love
Okay.
to talk to you about
All right, you can email it to me. You guys have my email. Because I just wondered, I don't know who would want to ride their bike next to a traffic line of, you know, cars.
Thank you, Heather.
All right, thanks.
Shannon. Shannon, you have 2 cards in. I can't let you speak for Fran.
3 minutes, you know I can do this in 3 minutes, come on. It's me. Number one, welcome, thank you for having me. I wanted to speak first on behalf of Fran. She gave me a call before I came. She's distraught because she can't be here. She's not feeling well at all, bless you. she's not feeling well at all. She's under a doctor's care. She wanted me to address you personally. She can't be here to do it, so she asked me to do it. So she wanted to tell you guys thank you. She'll be back as soon as she can. She misses you guys and she loves you. Okay. So I wanted to make sure Fran got that. She said she's going to be watching, so I have to say something about
Hi, Fran.
Yeah, make sure you guys say hi to her because she's going to get on me if you don't. Okay, second, I was told my children go, three out of four of my children go to Nancy Corey Elementary School. And I saw something amazing happen the other day. I pulled up, and there was this gate, this fence that just covered a bunch of acreage. And I thought it was because people were dumping trash. And then I was informed that there was a man who bought all that, a private owner or a donor, whoever, who bought all of that and donated to the wildlife preserve. So now the animals have all of this, they have so much more area to roam. And when I asked about the coyotes, well, what are the coyotes going to do? They said, no, they left a spot for the coyotes to come in and out, and roam as they please. But I just wanted to say that whoever that person was deserves a huge shout out, because those animals definitely needed more space than what they were given. And
that was the city council and the county. I think the county rep left, but the city council, and we did that. We bought it from a developer that was going to use it. So.
And I wish I did more research like someone told me to do, but I didn't. So, okay. Thank you. I really appreciate that, though, because that was a huge deal for me when I saw that. I just was overwhelmed when I saw that.
We were actually having a discussion about it during Martin Luther King Day about the people were saying that we're not protecting the Joshua trees. And so if you look over there, how much we've protected the Joshua trees and how much we've protected and that's in the heart of the city.
Yes.
So, and that was prime land, but it was dedicated, for the purposes that they have it over there.
Just know
so
you
if those people haven't gone over there, it's a beautiful location.
It is. And I always thought that should have been, cared for and protected. Like when I see it, because you got cars. I have an SUV, so I don't mind driving in that dirt and all that, whatever. But I'm glad that outweighs that's definitely a better benefit. I really appreciate you guys doing that. They really deserve it. And also, one more thing, council members, the ones that I did see when I went to the day of service, I appreciate you, Vice Mayor, checking out the building that I told you that was in disarray, in my opinion. And I'm glad that you and Mark that's something that you're looking into and taking care of. It's very much appreciated. It needs to be done. So I just wanted to thank you guys for that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't say that. What's the... Is it Shanse? Shanae. They were wrong.
Hi, I'm Shanae LeBlue, part of Miss Anaka's Political Science 101 class, and my question was kind of addressed as far as the homelessness goes, but I guess to go further, you said you guys are building and you have proposed sites that are going to come up, but with these sites, it's hard for people, especially like single mothers. I'm a single mother. I have one income. A lot of realtors nowadays, or even private owners, want you to make 3 times the rent in order to afford the housing, and I don't make $3,000 as one person. So is there something that you guys can do to prevent the discrimination in regards to, one income households or someone who just don't make enough?
Well, you saw an example of that tonight, where we're making sure the people that they are getting a fair wage. So that was a perfect example of that tonight. But there's other subsidies that we can help you with, not necessarily the city, but there's directions we can send you to and help you with.
Well, not me, I have housing. I'm just saying for those who don't have housing that are struggling to find housing.
We are trying, but there's a lot of people out there. Our biggest difficulty that we have is to actually identify those people that want help. Okay,
well, I mean, if they're coming, not to cut you short, but if they're coming to you and they're like, okay, I'm working or I'm in school or I'm doing this, well, they're being turned away because they're being told, okay, well, according to right now, the definition of homeless is you have to be sleeping in your car, sleeping in a park, or it's one more in order to get assistance through certain programs. So if I'm not sleeping in my car or in the park, I don't qualify for this program. I go to the next program and I might not make enough for them to help me, so I don't qualify for that. So again, there's like every avenue that you guys have available, there's something that prevents more than, what's considered normal people from getting housing. In turn, that's why you have all the people making encampments in the desert or camping out in front of the police station because they don't feel safe to just, walk around at night or wherever they have to go to.
Okay, maybe we need to talk further so I can understand some of those questions that are being asked and you can't help. So, Mark, can you get her number and make sure that
Yes, we will.
we can talk?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Deborah Johnson. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having us all in here. I'm in Mrs. Don's Political Science class, Political Science 101 class. But you know what? I did have a question, but I completely want to change that one. I don't want to, it was directed for you for the road departments. Well, I will keep it at that. Okay, now, I see all this construction in Lancaster right here on J and 20th. It seems like that construction has been over there for, oh my God, for 6 months or so.
That's the guy in the red tie.
Right there,
the
right there.
graduated
And he got admonished like 4 city council meetings ago for what took place. So if you want to whip on him, go ahead, but we did it once before.
We will give you extra time.
No, for real. It's certain areas, like that area on 20th and J, you guys, well, they've been working on that road since, I guess, seems like it started the summer of last year, being as we're in a new year. When there's other roads that need work on, like going down Avenue J I'll just say from the hospital from 15th Street West all the way down to 20th Street East on Avenue J, that road is horrible. I mean, it's bumpy. When are you guys going to start working on those roads instead of just certain areas?
That's actually a very good question that comes up a lot. By 2025, every road in Lancaster, every square foot will be treated. What we do is we go based on what the need is at the time, also based on scheduling, and some other things come up. For example, on 20th Street West between J and Lancaster Boulevard, we had to do that because we were not in compliance with the Americans with Disability Act because the west side of the street was too narrow for anyone on a wheelchair or any other device to transit. So we had to take care of that right away.
Understandable.
That's why that one's done. But we do, and I'd like to get your name afterwards, because what we do is we try to, are doing a better job of communicating with people when their roads will be done. But by 2025, the council has not only made a commitment, but budgeted money every year to make sure every square yard of road or square foot of road is going to be done.
One more question.
Oh, bring it on. It's my lucky time.
Hey, going on Avenue I, 17th Street East.
Okay.
Just before you get there.
Deborah, you can ask us first. That's the proper way
I'm
to
sorry.
do it.
Before, can I continue with the question first?
You can continue with the question, but ask us, and then we'll defer it and blame it him.
Oh, okay. Now, on 17th Street East and Avenue I,
Okay.
it's the street you can turn on, but I don't know why someone would put like a cinder block right there when it used to be like a turning lane, but now they put the blocks there, so if you're not paying attention and if you don't know the area at night, when you pull over to make that turn make that right turn right there, you're going to tear your car up because it's going to hit that little island they put right there.
And where is this at?
On Avenue I and 17th Street East.
It's eastbound. It's a project that hasn't been completed yet. I agree with you. It's taking too long, and we're going to do it.
All right, we'll whip on him after you leave.
Thank you.
Deborah, thank you for yelling at him. He doesn't listen to us.
Yeah, he doesn't, yeah.
Michael.
Vice Mayor, council, staff, ladies and gentlemen. I'm speaking tonight about the boulevard, but before I speak, I want to commend the city. In December, the city trucks were out cleaning out the gutters of debris so that when we had a recent deluge of water and floods, there was less flooding throughout the city, particularly by Sunnydale Elementary School. So thank you, Lancaster, for taking care of the drains this year. And also, thank you, Councilman Underwood Jacobs, again, for the shelters that you helped get created and put all over the city. I see homeless people, regular people in those shelters in the cold and the rain, so thank you. As far as the boulevard is concerned, eyesore for me is that mural at 10th Street West and the boulevard. I mean, we spent tens of millions of dollars to improve the boulevard, and you come up on that mural, it says Lancaster. I just personally, and I'm not the only one, think it's tacky. It's just not fitting for what we want and have created on the boulevard. The council may take it under consideration to ask the city to have the owner remove that mural, because I don't think it's appropriate for our city.
I agree with him. Go ahead.
Actually, there is a project that's about to take place with MOA, and they're going to be looking at that actual particular painting that's there now. So they're actually going throughout the city and locating new places to put additional murals.
Okay.
So according to my conversation with the curator, this is one that came up.
Okay,
Just,
thank you.
You're welcome.
As far as the boulevard, I don't know, you know, these little houses or kiosks they have on the boulevard, they kind of obstruct the vision, and they're not always utilized by vendors. I wonder if they could be removed. I think they're an eyesore personally. And finally, you know, we have the perpetual problem of people walking in front of cars on the boulevard. And I wonder if we could have somewhere 2 or 3 lights, where, you know, you can push, and blinking lights for the vehicles will know that somebody's in the crosswalk, and to encourage people to use the crosswalks instead of walking in front of cars. So that's my suggestion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. David Paul.
Mr. Vice Mayor and Council, good evening. Before I forget, hi, Fran. Get well soon. We miss you. I love the videos you guys put together. Raj, I loved your move. I think that's it, isn't it? And Vice Mayor, I saw you in a lot of videos. Are you running for election too?
I think so.
Oh, well, listen, this demands some comment, because I think there should be a questionnaire given to all the other candidates. Do they have any idea how much work they would have to do if they replaced you? So I don't think anybody is prepared to do that, and I would like them all to know how much, what did you say, 22 commissions you sit on? See, I love you, you know that, and I'm concerned about you. I don't want you to drop dead. On the other hand, I want you working for this city. So I have mixed emotions about all this. We need you. We need you healthy and whole and sane, and thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, David.
What a great time we're having here in the city. It's going to be a great election season, and I'm psyched about certain things. You don't have to answer me now, maybe later, but while the captain was on vacation, the lieutenant was filling in admirably, and we had a conversation about the sheriff's station over there, and they don't have solar panels in their parking lot. And I'm just wondering, with all the panels we have on schools and all over the place, and Donna left, and I was going to, ask her, why can't we get them covered with solar panels to supplement their energy needs and protect the patrol cars and keep them safe and all their gear? So that's my only suggestion. I would like to see that happen, and everything is working great. Sheldon, good to see you again up there. I've been having fun at criminal justice and all the other commissions, the planning commission. I'm enjoying going to those, and this is a great city, and you all do great work, and I'm looking forward to a fun season. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, David. Brian, you want to speak? Okay. Okay. With that, we stand adjourned. Tuesday, February 13th.